Good afternoon, good morning, good day, whatever time of the day it is for you. Welcome to the Pilates class for today, and I'm taking you through just a few of my favorite exercises for upper back and lower back. So most of us suffer with a really stiff lower back, and as we get older, the upper back gets a little bit weak. So in order to maintain a beautiful posture right through your aging process, through your golden years, we really want to keep these upper backs strong and loosen off the lower back. So what you may need today is, you don't have to have a band, but it is helpful if you have a band and possibly a block or a cushion to sit on. But you don't need anything. We can always adapt that for you. So we're going to start with loosening off the lower back. So coming into a tall seated position, and have the legs bent to start with. Now, I appreciate for some people to sit like this, they'll be in that kind of shape. So take the knees a little wider, especially if you have got a big belly, so that you've got space to get your belly between your legs, okay? So otherwise you can have your knees in alignment with the hips. And also having the knees wide, maybe you feel quite pinchy in the hips, having the knees wider can also help with that, just giving you the hips some space. So choose one of those variations. Now take your hands behind the legs, and I want you to pull your chest through. Okay, so I'm actively lifting my chest up rather than just sitting there in that position. So I'm pulling on the legs, lifting the heart. Now take a breath in, and as you breathe in, suck the belly button into your back and get your belly button to start to push towards the floor behind you. So it's going to bring you off of the sitting bones towards the coccyx and then to that chunky part of the back of the pelvis. And when you get into this position, your gaze is naturally going to be more or less towards the front of the legs. Relax your shoulders. Now your rib cage and your hips, they really want to be pulling inwards. And then inhale, come back up, and then lift your chest. So really pulling that chest through. So you're trying to get your shoulder blades to come closer together. Breathe in, and then exhale. And inhale. And exhale. So pull the belly button in. Imagine your belly button is trying to kiss your lower back. Coming past the coccyx, somewhere around there, coccyx, sacral area, that hard part. Inhale as you come up. Now, if you've got a stiff back, you might find when you go back, you're quite straight. But providing you really are trying to round, you are still going to be stretching off those muscles. Good, so let's do a couple more. Now, for those that want to go one step further and you want to work a bit harder, you can take your hands out. So inhale and then exhale. So really suck the belly in, belly button to spine, roll off your sitting bones. So you really want this to happen with your tummy rather than just like hanging there, so the belly button's popping out. So really suck the tummy inwards. You're going to feel the difference. Inhale as you come up, last one. And exhale, draw the tummy in. Like really think of trying to hide your belly. Imagine we're going to put a pair of jeans on. We've all got that one pair of jeans that we're still going to fit into one day. I don't know, are we? And then bring yourself back up again. Grow nice and tall. Good, so a nice little stretch for that. So we're coming into a very important exercise for the upper back. And I'm actually going to turn away from you in a minute, but I'm going to show you with this. Now, if you don't have a band, you're just going to hold your hands in that position. And I want you to pretend you're holding a band. So we can still innovate muscles in our mind by imagining. Okay, so the mind is a wonderful thing. We don't even need bands. You can create that resistance in your body. If you have got a band, pop it over your feet. Now, it doesn't really matter if your legs are bent with this one because we're going to be focusing on the upper back. So have the band relatively tight. And if you haven't got a band, you're just going to have your hand here. And I will demonstrate a few with and without. So sitting tall. So again, think of lifting that heart. Now breathe in. And as you exhale, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Okay? Now you can notice my elbows. My elbows haven't bent at all. Bent at all. They are still straight. And then release back to the starting position. So breathe in. As you exhale, pull the shoulder blades together. So try not to even think of your arms. All I want you to actually focus on is the shoulder blades. It will naturally pull the hands, okay? This is a shoulder blade exercise. And then release. So I'm just going to turn my back to you just so you can see what's going on. So sitting tall. As you exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hopefully you might be able to see a little movement in the top. And then release. So breathe in. As you exhale, relax your arms. Think of the shoulder blade squeezing together. And you actually want to imagine that the shoulder blade is the thing that is holding the band. And then release it back again. So rather than thinking of the hands, if you think of the shoulder blades actually using the band, it kind of takes the arms out of it. If you start to bend your elbows, we're coming into bicep work. So we're trying to keep the arms out of it. So if you haven't got a band, or if you find you being too chesty with that, too bicep-y, from here, breathe in, and then as you exhale, keep those arms locked out as you hug those shoulder blades together, and then reach the arms forward. So inhale, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then release. Okay, it's called a rhomboid squeeze. We're actually now going to combine both of those exercises. And with this, it does help if you have got a band. So again, I'm going to demonstrate. Let me do without a band first. So again, you can have bent legs or straight legs with this. Now, I want you to imagine you have a band. So this band, if I demonstrate with this, you'll see. This band is going to be so tight that I can't actually pull it. It's probably a little too tight. Like a rope. So for me to sit up, I really have to use my back strength, okay? That's what you want to imagine, that you're holding this band and it's so tight that to sit up nice and tall, you really have to work. So I'm engaging the muscles as if I was holding the band. From here, breathe in. Now, as you exhale and you tuck your tailbone under, think of those little half roll backs. You're going to come off of your sitting bones to your coccyx and then hold it there. Now, I want you to relax your arms and imagine the band is trying to pull your hands back to your feet, but we're not allowing the spine to come back. So we're staying in that position. You're just letting the band, and you can feel that across the shoulders. Breathe in, come back to the center. Now we've got to use that back because we're pulling on this imaginary band. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift your heart. So be mindful when you lift the heart that you don't lean back, okay? So all you're doing is you're keeping the ribs stacked above the hips. All you're doing is just lifting the upper part. So maybe where the bra strap is, you're lifting that up and back. Where's the band there? Come back to neutral. Inhale, and then tuck the tailbone under into your half roll back. Hold it there. Hug your rib cage and your belly in. And then let this imaginary band pull the hands down towards the feet. Enjoy that stretch you feel across the top. Inhale back to your starting position. Now this band's tight, so squeeze your back, lift your heart. Pull the shoulder blades together and then lift your heart a little further. But almost stick your sternum forward and then come back to the center. So if you haven't got a band, you're going to carry on without the band and you're going to pretend you have a band. Otherwise, you want the band quite tight so that it's kind of restricting your movement a bit, okay? So from here, I've got to use the band to sit up nice and tall. Already that's a lot of hard work. Inhale. Tuck your tailbone under, taking it into the half roll back. So I've really got to use the abdominals here because the band is actually stopping me from going back. So I've got to use the tummy. Holding it there. Now imagine the band is trying to pull the hands closer towards the feet. Inhale, coming up, grow nice and tall. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the heart. Send the sternum slightly forward with the tummy is still pulled in. Now my head's just following the neck slightly, so I'm not throwing the head back. My eyes are maybe to the top of the wall. Coming back to the center. Tailbone goes under into the half roll back. Going back a little further, and then let the band pull the hand. That's why the band wants to be relatively tight. So enjoying that big stretch across the shoulders. And if you keep the chin tucked in, it's going to get along the top of the spine as well, like the length of the spine, should I say. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Last one. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your collarbones, but send your sternum forward. Fantastic, fantastic exercise for your upper back this. And then release as you come back, and then get rid of the band and your fingers. So just coming back into a seated position, in whatever position is comfortable for you. So that was just a quick upper back and lower back. So stretching off the lower back, in working the abdominals, we need a strong core, but also strengthening the upper back. So I hope you enjoy that little session for your spine and your muscles. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.